And now we're going to talk about positive expectancy, and this is another psychological setup, and this is kind of like a return of denial, right? It'll work for me again, kind of this magical thinking, you know, it'll fix my situation. And the belief that it will kill you doesn't destroy the belief that it'll work for you again, right? So I'm doing this brainstorming exercise on the ingredients for recovery early in my career at St. John's, and this elderly gentleman raises his hand and says, "Bob, I don't need to do all that stuff. The doctor told me that if I have another drink, my liver is going to explode and I'll die. So why would I ever have another drink?" Right? Well, if you don't know anything about alcoholism, that kind of makes sense. Yeah, why would you drink if you're going to die, right? Well, you know, we were trying to convince this guy that the decision to not drink doesn't translate directly into the not drinking, right? That the decision to not drink has to translate in the appropriate action, which then translates into the not drinking, right? Now, we couldn't really get him convinced. He was in the detox program at the time, and you know, by the way, if you just do detox and not rehab, it's like throwing your money away, right? Because detox is to get it out of your system. Rehab is to keep it out of your system, right? So he was in the detox program, feeling well enough to go to my relapse prevention lectures, and we were trying to get him to stay for rehab, and he wouldn't do it. And he was a great old man. We just loved this guy. He was kind of our mascot. He was funny, just loved life. And man, he left, and we found out 3 weeks later that he drank and died. It's horrible, man. You know, I mean, what a waste. This guy, he was such a good guy. You know, we were really, you know, kind of broken up about it. You know, and I'll bet you that this dude didn't just say, "You know what, I'm going to drink and die." I'll bet you what this man said was, "You know what, I've been sober for 3 weeks. One drink isn't going to make my liver explode." And then he had that drink, and then we all know what happens to the alcoholic after they have that first drink. He progressively drank himself to death, you know. And so the belief that it would kill him, because he was clear, he was really clear that if he drank again, it would kill him. But it didn't somehow destroy the belief that it would work for him again, that he could just take that one drink. All right? And then there's the denial and evasion that we're actually doing any of this. It's like, no, I'm not into euphoric recall. My use really was that good, or I'm not into awfulizing sobriety. The sobriety thing just really stinks, or I'm not into positive expectancy. You know, I really do think this will work for me again. Okay? So that is the psychological setups.